This is your Xiaomi Mi A2 Lite. This is your Android One budget phone. And here we have it, the Xiaomi Mi A2 Lite. This is a Android One really budget phone that has stock Android. This Xiaomi phone, from the time I saw the presentation, I was absolutely hooked. Blazing sword. So as we get into this phone right here, I'm so excited to get into budget phones. I know right now we have the launches of some expensive phones out there, but if this phone at the price of 220 bucks can really pack in enough specs, enough performance, this is gonna change the game right here. I'm more excited about these budget phones than I am about flagships. Xiaomi is known for having MIUI, but this one got stock Android, and that's why it caught my attention. What else we have in the box? What we got right here is a case and a little pamphlet from Xiaomi. Transparent smoke case that looks really good. We're gonna put this to the side. And even though this box says the global version, we have a US wall adapter right here. All right, it doesn't say anything about fast charging here, but it's a nice looking brick nonetheless. USB to micro USB for charging. So here we have it, Mi A2 Lite. This is a dual camera, 12 megapixel and 5 megapixel cameras in the back. And you got that iPhone look. And in the front you have a 5 megapixel camera, a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in a $200 phone with 5.8 inch screen at 19:9 aspect ratio. And look at this. Wow, what an impressive metal build, really smooth to the touch. I like the black look. Android One. Getting can't stop this. This phone will give you an absolute full day of power without a shadow of a doubt. No matter how you use it, you're absolutely getting a full day of battery life. And I'll sum it up like that. Look at this build. Nice black subdued build. I don't like the different colors. I think they're a little bit too bright. Not for me. Volume keys, power button. On this side, this is a dual SIM device. Micro USB for charging, 2 speakers, and a 5.8 inch screen with a notch. Man, this phone is absolutely incredible. Look how fast the fingerprint scanner is on this phone. Bang. Pretty much how stock Androids perform. This is absolutely impressive. 5.8 inch screen, and I love the screen. I think it gets plenty bright, and I think for this 1080p screen it looks good. It's nice and bright. You can't keep it on the lower levels. You're gonna have to turn it up just a little bit so you can see the screen, but I definitely say this is a definite good screen on this device. Also, let's talk about these speakers. So we listen to the speakers on this phone, and I gotta say, this is a pretty good, for this price range, you got a pretty good speaker. Not the best quality, but you got some good mid-range volume going on here, and it's not bad. So the speaker definitely gets us a pass. I'm pretty impressed with the way this phone is performing. Even down to the vibrating motor when you're sending a text. It is a very good vibrating motor. This is absolutely impressive on this $200 phone, which you can probably get under $200. No problems using this phone. The Snapdragon 625 was performing well. You can get this with 3 gigs of RAM or 4 gigs of RAM 32 gigs of storage or 64 gigs of storage. This one is the 4 gigs, 64 gigs of storage. You can expand the storage and you got 2 SIM slots. So I know my friends in Jamaica is gonna like that. Here's some of the issues that I do have with this phone. First of all, the front firing camera is good, but it's not that good. It paints up your face. A lot of beauty mode going on this front facing camera, which is not too bad. I am impressed by the pictures for this type of phone that's at around $200. The rear cameras are definitely impressive. This is a above the pack camera with this 12 megapixel camera, and the bokeh effect is not bad at all either. So I'm pretty impressed with the cameras. I did a full battery life review, taking a lot of pictures, and the pictures really came out looking very good. I was very surprised with the picture performance that I got from this $200 phone. Now, battery life is absolutely tremendous on this phone. It's micro USB for charging, and I'll forgive that because the battery performance is through the roof. You have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery in this phone, and I guarantee you will get a full day of battery life on this phone. Check out my battery life review to see how long this phone actually lasts. Very impressive. But here's the main part why I can't recommend this phone: the bands. I checked out the bands online and I was very reluctant should I buy this phone. I checked out a lot of reviews, and as I was checking out those reviews, no one spoke about the bands. So I figured this will be a safe purchase, and no matter what, I need to tell you guys, can you survive with this phone on T-Mobile in the United States? Now, I use this phone, and if you notice, I did my battery life review going out of town. I did that on purpose because I wanted to check out the band support when you're going from one state, one area, one city, moving around in the car, and I checked all of that. Here's the issue. When you're going in and out of Wi-Fi, switching from Wi-Fi to cellular, cellular to Wi-Fi, you're gonna get drop calls with that switch. Instantly, you're gonna get drop calls. When you're driving around in the car and you're on a phone call and the phone is jumping from one tower to the other, it's gonna have a lot of drop calls. It doesn't have enough bands to latch on to that next tower in those empty spots. If you remember T-Mobile back in the day, Metro PCS, you got drop calls every time you drove a couple of miles, a couple of blocks, you got drop calls because the band, the tower support just wasn't there. This is the experience you're gonna get with this phone, because this phone inside just don't have enough band support to connect to those different towers, or however that humble jumble works. Bottom line, you're gonna get drop calls. Also, if you're on a phone call and you want to send a text, you can't do that. For whatever reason, you can't do that. You can't watch a YouTube video while you're on the phone. You can't do that. You're limited with this device in your multitasking because you just don't have enough band support, or something else is going on with this phone. Like, for instance, I be calling my daughter, and I know my daughter be texting away while I'm on the phone with her. If she had this phone, she wouldn't be able to do that. She would be limited. So there is issues with the bands on this phone, and I cannot recommend it. Even though you're getting a freaking tremendous through the roof battery, a really nice screen, really nice stock Android build, you're getting good speakers above average, you're getting a nice smooth build, great cameras for the price. So many good stuff going on with this phone. But because of the band support, I cannot recommend anybody to get this phone because you're gonna have issues. For $200, I cannot recommend this phone even at that price range, because the simple things that you may want to use with your phone is not gonna work properly. Just move up and get the Xiaomi Mi A2. That's a better phone than this one. No comparison needed, because this phone just don't have enough band support, and you're gonna be frustrated with this phone. And I know you guys love the notch, but I cannot give my recommendation for this phone. We'll see you in the next one.